Victoria is almost 9 months old. Beautiful, Victoria. It's a beautiful song. That's a beautiful song, yeah. Victoria. Adios. Adios.
Havana, oh na na, mi corazón respira Havana, oh na na. I grew up traveling all around the world because of my dad's job and moving around a lot, going to a lot of different schools. And I think that gave me a lot of perspective on different ways of life, and it just really made me interested in telling people's stories and telling my own. My grandma was also a piano teacher, and she showed me the essence of like harmony and chords because she played for church. But I never really accompanied myself on piano until I was a little bit older and started songwriting. Isn't she lovely? Isn't she wonderful? Some of my greatest influences are Stevie Wonder. I love him for his energy, his musicality, and his brilliant songwriting and songcraft. John Mayer is an excellent performer who shines just by standing and singing and playing on stage. So I love the fact that he can do that without all the glitz and glamour. I always really loved classic vocalists growing up, like Donny Hathaway and Otis Redding, just like Aretha, super soulful, like you can hear the pain, you know?
I don't know if I'm meant to do music sometimes, but I certainly hope so.
When it comes to doubt as an artist, I think it's an ongoing question. Not so much like, oh, that happened to me once, you know? Because we're all kind of in the same boat where one day everything's happening for you, and the next day you're like, who's gonna call me? Like, why isn't anybody calling me right now for like work, you know? And where's all the hype gone? And then the hype happens again, and then it dies, and you know, it goes in waves. And I think it's really easy to start questioning whether it's meant for you and whether you're meant for it, especially when the hype's not there. So I don't know, yeah, I face doubt a lot as an artist, and it's more like I wake up each day and I'm like, is this really what I want to do? And then when I sit down at the keys and I sing, that's when I like know again that it's like I'm reminded that I'm in love, you know? Like when you don't see someone you love for a long time, you forget a little bit, but then when you see them again, it's like, ah, that's why. It makes so much sense, you know? Some advice, just understand that everybody feels like they're trying to make it. It's really important to understand the value of people's opinions, but not let that define your trajectory and your confidence in what you do. And knowing yourself, that's essential. Because if not, you're always going to be subject to someone's opinion and the history of it instead of the potential. We, as artists, have the power to shape that now more than ever. Advice I have for myself, if I'm honest, stop looking in the mirror so much, worrying about all the imperfections, and listen to my own message about like loving your body and accepting yourself the way you are. It's so easy to say that on stage and be like, you guys all deserve to love yourselves, but sometimes, you know, it's hard to go home and know that I should be loving myself as well. I kind of always think it applies to everybody else but me. So, you know, that's still like an everyday kind of process and learning curve, but just, yeah, building my confidence, I guess, would be my advice to myself, is like, know that you rock, and that people like you for you, and that you don't have to try to be someone else. So
I wanna do, I wanna do, I wanna go down this road. Do I wanna do, I wanna do, I wanna go down this road. Do I wanna do, I wanna do, I wanna go down this road. Do I